Morning, guys. Welcome to day 13 of the Kickstart. And this week I'm talking to you about sleep. I talked about some of the importance yesterday, so I've got a little screen share for you today. And so, first of all, I just want to recap. So, sleep is important for physical and mental repair. Our nervous system, for example, repairs itself. Our hormones are boosted, that growth hormone and testosterone, as well as those that control our blood sugar. And I talked about basically what I call our formula is the Warrior 10, which is the 10 nutrition fundamentals, plus H2O, which is water, plus 8 hours of sleep, 4 days a week of exercise, 90% of the time, makes us unstoppable in terms of results. So, when should we sleep? Between 10 and 2 are the most effective hours for physical repair, and 2 and 6 are the most effective for mental repair. And your body will be in this fairly standard routine. So, unfortunately, what that means is if you get into bed later than 10, if you get into bed at say 12 o'clock, you don't tend to get your full physical repair. Okay. So I used to tell my footballers the 2 hours before midnight are twice as effective as the 2 hours after midnight. It was really important for me to try and get them to sleep closer to 10 o'clock as possible. And you may have discovered this, where even if you get your full hours, and when you go to sleep later, even if you get your full 8 hours of sleep, you still feel tired compared. So if you sleep, say, 10 till 6, you feel okay. If you sleep 12 till 8, you've still had the same amount of sleep, but you still feel tired. Just to give you a quick summary on what happens when we sleep, we go through these different stages. So up to 4 stages of sleep, and then stage 5, which is what we call the rapid eye movement. That's when our brain activity is really high, and actually we're actually dreaming in this stage. And we keep scrolling through here. Now, every hour of sleep you lose takes 1 day to get back to full mental performance. So hopefully that should emphasize the importance of this. An optimum sleep means you can sleep uninterrupted and wake refreshed without an alarm. So if that's not happening to you, you're not getting optimum sleep. Okay, so you can tell yourself you are, but you're not. You should be able to sleep uninterrupted and wake refreshed without an alarm. However, some people, it's impossible to get their full night's sleep, maybe kids, maybe work patterns, whatever. So if you do lose sleep time, there is a solution, which is to catch up with a power nap. So it's important to maybe think about how well you sleep. So what time do you get to bed? What time you'd like to? Do you have a wind down routine? Do you wake during the night? How many hours of sleep do you get? And do you wake naturally or with an alarm? So have a think about those things. And then how refreshed you are when you wake up. And so here are my tips for getting better sleep, guys. Optimum sleep environments are 18 to 20 degrees. Try not to make it too hot or also too cold. Have what we call the reverse alarm clock. So what time do you need to be up in the morning? Count back 8 hours. That's when you should be sleeping. Maybe count back half an hour before that. That's when you should be getting to bed. Absolute darkness. They've done experiments, guys, where they've shone lights on people while they were sleeping. And what it does is it takes them out of the deep sleep and into a lighter sleep that isn't as refreshing. And this has been, the little lights they get on little pens, the little pen lights with the light them in. They've used those lights and they've shined them on people's legs, behind the knee, in fact, okay? So it wasn't even around the face, under the duvet, so the eyes wouldn't have picked up on the light at all. Just on the skin, just light shone behind the skin, stopped people getting into deeper sleep. Okay, so absolute darkness in the room. If you can't get absolute darkness, try and wear an eye mask if you can. You will, I promise you will notice the difference in how well you sleep when you make the room really, really dark. Also, avoid electronics such as your phones, your Wi-Fi's, TVs. If it's got a standby light, don't put the TV on standby, turn it off completely. If you've got a digital alarm clock with a light displaying the time, that's a problem. Try and turn it off, and I've got another solution for an alarm clock for you. Finding the right mattress for you is also quite important. And then have a sleep routine before bed. So avoid caffeine after 2 or 3 o'clock, because the half-life of caffeine means it will still be affecting you. Have a final meal that will boost your sleep hormones. So something that contains turkey. If you're not doing the low carb, rice and beans, cherries as a little snack, or as a dessert after your evening meal is good. And also try and use the last hour before bed to wind down. So try and do things like reading, meditation. Journaling can be really valuable, guys. I also do something called a grateful log before bed. So writing down the things that you're grateful for. In the morning, this is super important. Never hit snooze. The time that you get up sets your biological clock for sleep that night. So if you hit snooze 2 or 3 times, you're hitting that, you're not getting that. When your body's in a routine, it likes that. Okay, so if you do wake up by alarm, get up straight away. Get your curtains open as quickly as you can. Have a hot and cold shower to wake you up. So just alternate between hot and cold. Wake up at a consistent time every day, even on days you don't get your 8 hours. So make it up with a power nap. So if your body's used to getting up at 6 a.m., always get up at 6 a.m. because, like I said, that sets your rhythm for the next night, so you will get to sleep easier. Whereas if you normally get to sleep at 6, wake up at 6 a.m., but because you slept late, you got to bed late, you wake up at 7 or 8, it's going to be harder to get to sleep that night, and your sleep the next night's going to be compromised. Okay, and then the final one I recommend, guys, is a sunrise alarm clock. So this alarm clock starts to light up, if you set the alarm for say 6 a.m., 5:45, the light will start to come on. And as I've told you about the effect of light on the skin, it brings you out of the deeper sleep, which obviously when you're trying to wake up is a good thing. So and there is a sound alarm to it as well, but if and when that alarm goes off, you will either already be awake or you'll be kind of nearing wakefulness. So you won't be shocked into waking up, and you feel much better when you wake up that way. So that's it, guys. That's the tips for better sleep. So I'll see you soon.